Hello, thank you for listening to 21st Century Native Leaders. My name is Peter Deswood III, and I pulled this audio off of a friend's live Facebook feed, so hopefully the sound quality is to standard. So, yes, enjoy and listen for those of you that missed the vice presidential debate.
Go ahead. We have panelists here that are going to be assisting us throughout the evening with questions and topics of interest that we're going to be discussing, as well as having a debate on. So first, I want to go ahead and introduce Dee Yazzie. Dee is also going to help me with our moderator duties tonight. Dee is with KTN KWRK. You hear on the radio all the time. So next, we have the editor of the Navajo Times, Dwayne Bial. And then right from here, Navajo Technical University, we have a graduate student, Sharon Nelson. Sharon is from Vespucci, Arizona. She's a grad student here, studying Dene culture, language, and leadership, and she's also part of the adjunct faculty. We also have Mr. Perry James. Perry James is from Continental Divide, New Mexico. He's an assistant professor in Navajo studies here at Navajo Technical University. So these are our panelists, and they will be assisting us tonight, again, like I said, with questions and topics of interest. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, the first 45 minutes, like I said, will be dedicated to our vice presidential candidates. Then after that, we'll take a short break. We'll bring up the presidential candidates, and then we'll do a 2-hour debate. That's going to be that'll be on live radio, on KTNN AM 660 and KWRK FM 106.1. So that's what we're going to do. I'm using the microphone. We're sharing a microphone here because I don't want to interfere with these guys. They got lapel microphones. So. Okay, what we're going to do is go ahead and I'll introduce the candidates, and then we'll have opening statements, and then we'll get into the questions and topics later. So first, to my right is Mr. Myron Lizer. Myron is with the vice presidential running mate with Jonathan Nez. And to my left is Boo Van Nygren. Boo is a vice presidential candidate with Joe Shirley Jr. Okay, what I want to do, candidates, first of all, is I'm going to allow you 2 minutes for a brief introduction. And after that, we'll get into the questions. Okay, so Myron, you'll be first. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Somebody got a timer? 2 minutes? Okay.
Good? Okay. Nate şey Myron Lizer ise Manti nesle o hani başı Manti daşın şey başti daşın yale. Hello, my name is Myron Lizer. I hail from Coal Mine, New Mexico. My family has a lineage through there. My grandfather, Clyde Lizer, was the council delegate in the 40s. Also was instrumental in formalizing the racing committee back in those days. Also laid hand by brick and mortar, built the first chapter house in Fort Defiance. My father, Wilfred Lizer, was a long-time Navajo Nation employee. He worked digging shallow wells all over the nation and also had a 35-year career in community development. So I come from a lineage of service with my people. Even though we've been in business over the nation, our family has for some 47 years in some shape or form. It's with that attitude of service to my people and helping my people that I wish to be invited onto this ticket. Jonathan Nez asked me, you know what, it took me 2 hours to really convince myself and my wife that this needed to be done. But for such a time as this, I am ready to be your next vice president. We talk about issues of economic development that is depraved and lacking. And we've been in business again on November 7th. Should you elect us on November 6th, we'll hit the ground running. There will be no learning curve. There will be no stalling. We'll hit the ground running. I've already made promises to Torreon and to Alamo chapters. I will be there to thank them for voting us in. So my heart is with Eastern Navajo people, those that feel disenfranchised by previous government administrations. We're here to help them and pave the way for a brighter future for our Navajo Nation. Stand long.
Okay. Thanks, Myron. Now we're going to go to Boo Van Nygren. Boo, when you're ready, go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
Yate! Todo ya sin cada zot non da hiso credo ye go bida no don no na kinishik be ke na kinon da hiso ke un kin that yate in deshni to shin shige Bu Nygren kachi ni nesne nada so ze bashish chin thodi chi de da se chebe ni na yo se yo chebe desne jo e thodi chi ni te aro nada so ze bashish da shnale ho de nensne aro se sta to a Jasmine was a hashlish nita, but a she just chained no that a she need of a chair, but a yed of another, a football standing little. Yo, no, yo, Joe Shirley rally at the end that is, neither has his esta. I don't know your thought, I don't. The now is easy, so yo, the needs, the should have though, because don't go, it though the need energy. How the job in the country, I can have so the should have Chibis. As you don't been in a Chia into the dish, so Hela in a Buve Nygren, she done a Sene, Edrosheste, and Nina Ganegi, no Nashkodini, Nina Ganegi, but she Nahote based on the Edo Kaida, no, the ARC Yego, Nahote, or take a Ninda, they had a Shiego, the Edo Nanish, Chida Edo, they how the Ketando, Dando, Kaho, Kikado, was a Eshidi Oban, this case, Eshino Shirosa chain, Handiness. At ended in the get the town by Atkill, Squido Sani, Ni, de kind in the Kay, to hear about us now, but on the Howie, Ado de, Eshi Bedas Nito, Shirley Nygren, that don't know, Kai that you only ask for the hair.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move with our panel. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, can you hear the candidates okay when they're talking? Okay? All right, just want to make sure. Now we're going to go ahead and move to our panel. Yeah, D, the first question, yeah, they'll have 2 minutes to answer, and then the other candidate will have 1 minute to respond, and then we can get a rebuttal again. Okay, this is a debate, it's not a forum, so we're going to have a chance for our candidates to go back and forth and debate among each other. That's what the format is all about, so we can get a little more detail as to what they're thinking. So D will be the first to ask a question. Go to Mr. Lizer. Myron, you'll have 2 minutes to respond, and after that, Boo will go to you for a response. Okay?
Yate, how do you plan to speak to the elderly who are fluently in the Navajo language?
I haven't seen have a problem so far. Great question. Right. I believe in compassion. I believe my elders that I've been raised are very influential in life. Even though I don't have a grasp of the language because I'm half Mansi and half Navajo, I've always flowed well all throughout life. Esteem everybody in life. They're all human beings, especially our elders. I've always had a great rapport with our elders. I've never had a problem. So if there's a perceived problem out there, I've not really heard of it. Although, I do know that there will be a language gravity on their part, wanting to understand. With compassion, I will be able to cover any issues they might have, cover any concerns that they might have. I do write Navajo, I can read Navajo, I can even speak Navajo. I flow effortlessly.
Okay. Boo, you got 1 minute to respond. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Yate, Joshi, no, Sehe Dash, Ahodanatani, these Twiddle Sani, Yego, which is now the Sunday of the Nebizai, the Lagana Catchayada, everything that you should on these Masanis, Cherry Disney, both in the Zar, go with this, but Oedo, Nahote, Twiddle Sani, I changed the Nebizai. And she hope all are the shot of it, to other. Only shot other not shot of it. Other she has rolled in the with all those in the sea township. Need has the issue one day, either. The hot ocean condition. So, yeah, she been near Binana dish now. She that is so that I don't thought she had none.
Okay, thank you. Myron, you have a rebuttal to what Boo had to say?
Yes, and even though I know that again, there's a perceived mental block here with the language, I have made a commitment to grow. I think by year 4, I think it's on record. My wife, we really want to learn. So I believe I represent a lot of our youth out there, way out and even off now, go to the larger communities where they feel like they're disenfranchised. They have no way of speaking, and even in the chapter meetings, they go, I believe I get to join this conversation.
Okay. Okay, our next question will come from Dwayne Bial. Dwayne, now your question will be directed to Boo. Boo, you'll have 2 minutes to respond to answer.
Good evening. Vice presidents always end up feeling neglected or ignored. If elected, how do you view your job?
Gati, God, cheers. Ishi John Nygren kid Mr. Ashwarita. Oshin Jo Ane Nygren kid Nihat Nehdi a Keo the Hastanigi, Eso not Ani that a Keo the Hastanigi a Kash dog was Dick the Nebenant Abicate Zone. Haila Nanashle Haila Ben Kat dish was Asia Dosha Chibis and dish. Yeah, sick a Dane so could you now the Hotel Kane shed the loud. Don dish nista ishi benas litolis she chedin sino be cases on but na hat up cases on the deal nish hoton the deal nish
Okay. Myron, you got 1 minute to respond, please.
I also believe that if elected VP, that the vice president and the president have to have great rapport, have to have good communication. One of our slogans on our ticket is unity. Hope, the youth and the elders. And so we're very committed to all of these 4 platforms. We also espouse communication, just like in business. Any communication that a community business enjoys is going to have it's going to tie directly to it.
Okay. Myron, Boo, do you wish to rebuttal to that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got 1 minute.
Alarm. Oh, should I chain? Say Indy Luna Dahudini, Hitting the deal, Nisho the deal, Partners delivered in this base bars, Anabis in the deal, full top base, Ani, Benan Abis in the deal, all the Nahatai, Ebony Nahoto, Quigo, she the Naka would, Ebony Nashi Chivitin, if she would go Yegon the dealness, Hashet Oendo in that dealness way, Jo Nick, she would go out in the neck at the top. The card deal was she would Italy. Myron and then he thought she thought, kissing that deal, they shot all in on this is so this gap.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to Sharon. Sharon, you'll ask the next question and you'll direct that to Mr. Lizer.
Good evening, Mr. Lizer. Many high school graduates are not properly prepared for higher education. Many students test into remedial courses upon entrance to higher education. What will you do to address this challenge?
Good question. Thank you. I myself, I struggled when I came out of high school in 83, graduated from high school. I didn't have all the right tools. I believe it falls on the family to help instill the desire for children to go to higher education. I was on record saying that I looked out at Fort College the first time I was in 85, 86. I was there for all the time. And lo and behold, I had a second opportunity. And at this time, married with 3 kids and 2 houses and 2 cars. And they had my super mom right this time. I was able to go, my first semester I entered as a freshman at the age of 36. I earned a 3.86. I subsequently earned a Chief Manolito Scholarship and graduated with honors, 306, great GPA from Fort Lewis College. but really how you can affect change in our lower scores amongst the Navajo children is from the family. You got to give them every resource. You got to give them every support from government level on down through the boarding, the school boards and whatnot that represent the powers that be there, and you help bolster. So I like to say that if your boat's on the water, when the high tide comes in, all the boats rise. And how you do this is you create a community of enterprise where we're all on the same level. We're all created equal to become unequal, and you challenge the youth in that fact. Hopefully you can uncover some dreams and goals and support the family in that for all of our children, all along, even on Nitop, but also in the large metropolitan areas. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Boo, you got 1 minute to respond. Go ahead.
Hotan Cashin Yego Sabachinda has Ye Hotaho Ideshta, Nenegi, Yehosto, Nada Caronle, Balagana Kate, Taoska, Sadoidanet, An Ebony Natode, Nada Haka, Gehodon can hat I, after the high school, the Badal Kai Jo, NTU, the Basna Nisho, the next college, the Basna Nisho, or the Hay Chaos, Yedi, Nan Tiniga after the Udno Vegan, Inkin Hata. NTU do the next college, but not in this she. A could laid hard she does, she don't know how it dole. So she hunted old cabacate Kadiana the other neck at the yestio. The Lagana Bazar, Shifman Cloud, Kadia, Kade, Saband has all she in Jonadon de, but Lagana Bazar, Diego, Abe, not so she. If she Sabanda has on, but how did I thought I should also cheat. When how it are, she got on, she nears Bacadi was.
Okay, thank you. Boo, Myron, you have 1 minute. You want to have rebuttal against?
Sure.
What he has to say? Go ahead.
Thank you. Further speak about how I aspired in my world of academia. I do know that a lot of our children need that second chance. And I espouse that. I live that life. Live in a second chance and get a second chance at college. And this time doing it right. So I wouldn't recommend you doing it my way because it was hard. At one time I had 3 jobs, and that's very hard, but still was able to do what I needed to do to get the job done. So to help our children raise their scores, we really got to get out there and show the support for these children and aid in every way that we can. The PIE schools, the public schools, and we need to keep our children from going down to the big cities where I know for a fact that a lot of our children are going down to the metropolitan schools, whether they be in Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, or even Phoenix Union high schools and such. But we need to bring them back home and bolster our own schools. We talked about NTU and yeah.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Our next question will come from Perry James. Okay, and Perry, your question will go to Boo. You got 2 minutes. Okay, same format. Go ahead.
Dati, Nishinatsi lit, Ododo Bikao Inades Edo, Nishina Nishades, Ako, Hatie Benina, Ako Hida Bendahit, Belagana Yeda Seonta, Chides Nashte.
Needed Rukaria, Yunk, the Neapib Adahosen, Kadita Hidanle. Pada si Yego Yetanet out the Nanista Honodo, Quigo Squido Sanit Kedata, Cheda Dofne, who the Unkedanit, or Unhinda seeds, or the Nebekaya Yego Bata Huilia, who the Nada Kaweha, she dobich the desk either. It should not either. Should I hot oil, wouldn't they start or card dish was the Schnene at the Dohashi Oshiden, Ethan, the Asi Yego and Sin. Do hot air jo he na of deo yego da is kai so do da is kai hot o she is he na of deo dia tene the neb nas so she yego ba hu yado de juk are hot o so tani kana han yego da is ka do da is kai do jo da ken is ida mchedo hodi mchedo honi tera at ende di needs in Eshi hoto yego nazi le bafi liado le.
Okay, Myron, you got 1 minute to respond, please.
Can I have a brief?
Yeah. Can you go ahead and ask him the question in English, please?
Ate, if we are considered a sovereign nation, we as Navajos, why do we always get permission from the U.S. state government for final decisions or approvals?
It's a good question, and I think previous administrations have toiled with this question for years, even our own people. I believe in a divine sovereignty, where a creator set us here in Neta here for a reason. And the only supreme being is sovereign, and we're his subjects. And so how do we aspire to grow and set our own laws? Well, we're born here, we were raised here, we need to stay here, we need to learn everything about how government set us here. We get good at everything that they have set us here to do, not accepting everything that they hand down the pipe politically, but we come to the table and we say that we are, as federal wards of your government, there are certain inalienable rights that you've given us by signing this treaty, and we hold them to that treaty. We tell them that we will stand no longer for broken treaties over the years. We make them acknowledge that they have hurt our people, that we stand strong as a united people. Yeah,
Okay, Boo, you got one rebuttal? You got 1 minute.
Sovereignty. Joe, we're going to really protect our sovereignty because through Joe Shirley's leadership, he stood up to the federal government, the state government, and the local government. He brought the San Juan River water rights. He brought the uranium settlement. Protecting your sovereignty. You need backbone during this time.
Okay, we're going to move on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a debate and so forth, but we want everyone to be able to hear the answers. So you can cheer, but let's keep it down. Let's make it respectful. Not too loud so you drown out the response. You can't hear what they're saying. You got too many people cheering. All right, I'm just asking everyone to be respectful. This is not a rally. This debate. It's important that we listen to what the candidates have to say. So, okay, we'll move on. Dee, you have the next question. That goes to Mr. Lizer, please.
Good evening. What business ideas do you have for the Eastern Agency?
Can you rephrase that question?
What business ideas do you have for the Eastern Agency?
For the Eastern Agency? Well, in our travels out there, there's so much need out there. I aspire to all of the wealthy individuals across America's history. J. Paul Getty, there was a movie made about him. He said, made it as simple as possible. He said, to get ahead in this day and age, you have to be in business for yourself. How do you do that? Well, he says, you find a need. Across the net, there are so many needs. He says, find a way to fill that need. So I'm on this ticket to help make things a lot easier for our Navajo people. I've bumped up against the same obstacles that I know hundreds of dreams have died along the years because of the bureaucracy and the red tape. Any businesses, you look around, there's a need for motels, there's a need for to take advantage of tourism, which is so great. In southwestern Colorado, there's a tour that's called the Sky West Tour, or Sky West Skyway. It's a scenic 233-mile loop of highway between Ouray, Silverton, Durango, Pocosa Springs. Very beautiful out there. We need to design the same thing around our own land here. We have Grand Canyon, Canyon de Chelly. We have Four Corners. We have Chaco Canyon. We have all of our beautiful history here on our land, even the Windarot. And so what we do is I have an idea to develop a pathway called the Neta Draw. Draw means you draw people to it. So when you put millions of dollars into advertising and marketing this, people will come. And we need to capture the tourism dollar on our nation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Boo, you got 1 minute to respond, please.
كده هتني بجين ده هست نانش بت ده هو ده نو شيخن ده هزن جو بني ناهو تهني كيا بجين ناهو كوي غشي كوشي اون كيا بهز اني بداست so ايشي هجونا نت ايو بكشن ديل نشو بطو اي نانش خدندو چاتيدو نانتادو لي infrastructure that any that toda ya does know the internet dish nadi da da one does nilo shi hoto shi yego kishin da dish jo ebe da hoye infrastructure dish nani eshi hajo na net io shi khode so be his ani thought nas nilide hoda ne ni pindan de to haje le ne ade na shana dai hode be his ani don the hajo his hode be kid hadni ta hajo be his ani kid kana no pla shi an ki hode an kina ne shadan dil chkato to shin kishin da hazne eshi hoton kanda dil nistoshi hot edole.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Myron, you have a rebuttal to that?
Well, you know, the best thing about our eastern side is that they're so close to Albuquerque. And how do we draw even Albuquerque people to our place? One of the great needs out there in eastern Navajo, especially Torreon, I saw softball players coming from as far away as Santo, even Chinle, the family atmosphere that they have. They had horseshoe tournament on the same weekend. We had our meet and greet there at the chapter house. They also had about 8 teams there, all across Navajo that were there. And one of the things that I see is developing softball fields and family recreation for them, and even a convenience store, gas station for when these families do come to support Eastern Agency, they're able to spend freely, maybe even buy the fresh fruits and the snacks that they need, Gatorade and such, to make these family-oriented events fun.
Okay, thank you. Now, moving on, Dwayne. Dwayne, you got the next question, and that goes to Boo.
Okay. Mr. Nygren, if you and Joe Shirley Jr. are elected, will you run against him in 4 years?
The guy, hey, she don't have this neither. She hey you. She the nega nadnish. Over $3 billion in Nebekaya in Bishop Nation. And she bit the hossa. Okay, hold in the days, and in the crazy, it's on a bohoa. Squido Sani, Giddy Nielsen. And she need the Kahito. Everything that did Nashota, she does Che became the Begin dish with the Joy Sweetosani Dinson. I said, oh, she killed the neon the gin dish shot and gin the dish was done. She don't hot she chair. Dear the nether neatly. Dear don't do the net either. I think there's some faction of loyalty when it comes to the president and the vice president. You need to really know how to work with the president. And that's what I'm going to do if I become your next vice president. Because there are too many issues facing our nation. So I look forward to working with Joe and pushing all his initiatives and his platform.
Okay, Myron, you got 1 minute to respond.
Well, if Jonathan will have me for 8 years, some of our people have been saying 8 years. So I have no aspirations. My boss, Jonathan Nez, all my great ideas are his ideas. I don't care who gets the credit. I'm here for my people. I will be here for another 8 years. He will have me as the vice president of our great Navajo Nation.
Okay, thank you. Got any more to add?
I won't run against Joe Shirley.
Okay. Sharon, you got the next question, and now go to Myron Leiser, please.
What will you do to replace dwindling royalty revenues from declining coal mines and power plants?
Well, as any good business person knows, we need to diversify. And, right now, the emerging markets are hot. Technologies, we need to harness technology. When we were in Phoenix at our meet and greet, I was introduced to some youth, some younger people who are doing some great things. They're harnessing their smartphones. They're writing code for the apps and whatnot. So there's some Navajos out there I did not know about that are bringing in revenue to their own business. to the tune of $75 million. I'm of the attitude that you go out, you find the smartest people, and you hire them, not to tell them what to do, for them to tell you what to do. That's how all the great ideas are unleashed in this day and age. I tell you, a lot of the things that are happening in business, even Sears filed bankruptcy this year. If you're status quo and everything, and I'm of the adage, if you're not growing, you're dying. So how are we going to change our current revenue system? Well, I used to work for the Southern Youth Growth Fund as an accountant with the Southern Youth Indian Tribe. I got to see the inner workings of how they grew their Southern Youth Growth Fund. I want to model that here on the nation. Every good idea out there needs to be copied. As long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, and doesn't hurt anybody, and it's fair game, and it's not copyrighted or trademarked, we need to do and see what the successful people are doing. How do you become the equivalent of a $3 billion company? Well, you harness the great principles of making money. You diversify, you invest, you save, you spend less than you make, and you save it for a rainy day so that when opportunity comes, you have the resources. Go looking at banks. Oh, that's another thing. Why don't we just start our own bank? It's been talked about for years, but I don't think we know how to do it right. We got to get successful private business owners that create a foundry out of these successful business people, all astute and all esteemed in finances, making money, growing money. You start with discounted cash flow. I don't believe our nation knows about discounted cash flow. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nygren, you got 1 minute to respond.
I agree. NGS, Quigo, she millions and millions of dollars got the peso neige. Hay shebin yan kat dobin da just nishta. Kan kwa jo plan has do liso di da di nista no kadaita aren da lay put on kanda how to ada. Nke oroban CK, so how do we redirect the power from NGS? Do we invest in the Chi and Kaibito? Because they're really big on solar. Asheto be his ani his own kanta no lehoto is solar binda di nistano yindaha aro there's possibilities of creating data centers, diverting the power that's currently at NGS into data centers and looking at Bitcoin and things like that to really bring some of those revenue generation ideas. Aro she thought na nishbito the hoye arishin behis ani nanet biga.
Okay, thank you. You got a rebuttal? You want to go on?
I'm of a differing opinion. I believe we've missed we've missed the curve on solar. Europe and a lot of the leading industries that started solar back in Europe, they're getting out of solar. The reason is it's a high cost to enter solar, and so I believe our nation is we missed the curve on that one. They say to get in on the ground floor level, and we missed that 20, 30 years ago. We need to look at diversifying our economy by maybe even looking at these data centers he talked about, these rich chain data centers, where that's the wave of the future. Again, harness the youth out there that are writing code. We bring these people and help them work for us. We start harnessing the brains and the brawn of our youth.
Okay, thank you. Mr. James, you got the next question, please?
How will you put an end to tribal officials stealing money?
Great question. I think that's why I'm here. Been on business for all these years, and I've heard stories. It's always Jeanette. It was always Jeanette. And yet, so many people have given me stories after story. And I was challenged at a meet and greet recently. They said, so Myron Lizer, Navajo Western is going to start winning all of the contracts? I said, wow, right now I don't get any contracts from our Navajo Nation. Zero, silks, nada. Nothing. And so what's happening? I think the reason why I'm here is I'm here to uncover, to expose, if you will, what's happening in our government. People that know how to fix the problems, they're not fixing the problems because they want personal gain. They want positions. They want authority. It's the same old, same old. Why would I sacrifice a promising future with my business to come and help my nation? If I help enough people get what they want in free Navajo, because we are a free economy, they automatically get what they want. They want a government that's profitable, that's accountable, that's transparent. They want a reporting government back to the people. When you vote for Nez Weiser, that's a vote for change. No more politics, no more government the way we've always had it.
Okay. Mr. James, do you think he answered your question? Did he answer your question?
Yes and no.
Can you?
How would you make them more accountable rather than just slapping them on the wrist or paying money back?
That's the first thing. You don't slap them on the wrist. I know for a fact that there's so many shady deals that have happened in the past, and you got to have accountability. You have got to have oversight. You got to back up when the law and state policy and regulations state accountability. Man, I don't know. I don't want to make big government. I'd rather small, lessen the government so that it works for the people. We give them the opportunity. So how do you do that? I think with more oversight, you're literally walking to these places that are, suspect, and you look them in the eye, everybody in the eye. And we will, as your next leaders, spend time in every program, and we will get down and make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing, helping our Navajo people to the net.
Okay, Mr. Nygren, you got 2 minutes to go ahead to answer that same question, address that same situation.
Oh, yate nana do based on iya later na nishto ul kapke kadashahada to hohitsa dia na ani ke ho basla na ta to based on bahudistanda shiarish ke hodi niyoshi halet oda no weapon do nifi bebaka desh wasn't so much this case in kade ka ni teo shi hodi ni to shi chai ta yinashnis le kui go shi base pass on the base of the iho bini nache le 88 out of 24 ya kare do yo ba hodi tsata kui go shi base of the ine e yinashnis e bini na shi yo the net of the ta kui go shi abin zo base of yin da nishe kare do yin da nisha e shi che yin da nishe da hot o shi bin na di nish jon kin ke base of ye go ben da to nishe to Allah bin na ne e shi hot kishi hot bin dinis hadnas nilishi bin da dinis ale all of his on his road the need if there's no bin dasnis so can deal need base was anashi to bin da dinis do shi to base on ita bin da dinis so shi jon da di jon da di kaso ye go there's no base so yen dasnis to de e shi to bin dinis so shiro shi change na hata I think it's true that we have to bring transparency and accountability to our government, whether it's at the chapter level, at the council, at the president's level, and we also got to figure out how we can all work together because we're on a temporary government. Government on kim kida hotni ho id neta. Eshin jo chiche na nesha da taya eshin beda hotza. Hoton nan khandid nish.
Okay, thank you. Mr. James, did he answer your question? I just want to make sure that we understand. We want to get the questions answered. And so I'm asking you, did he answer your question?
I guess my question to you is that how would you make them accountable? Like, would you take it to the extreme of putting them in jail? Would you have them never work for the Navajo government again? How would you deal with this person? Because every administration has tribal leaders who steal money. It's a continuation and it's never going to stop. We need it to stop.
You got 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute.
Le ojo beso jin hakadil all ya ai shebini na ore do ho eda jon kin ke beso ai ta ye kha jo ba ke chin ta has de ore thei ni to beso ti to le. And I think we really have to look at the laws and work with council and work with the chapters to figure out how can we bring accountability and pass some laws that are effective. And I think as president and vice president, I want to sit down with council and the chapters to figure out, let's bring accountability so we can quit hearing the government is stealing money. And I think all the leaders, that's all they hear, the government is stealing money. We need to put an end to that and start working and moving forward. And we're going to look at some laws.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. You have the next question that goes to Mr. Nygren.
Dishjede no salen lenegi adon das tudosani la oyu not otsen da ilkaigi tabedinil sod neshechit ago bikichin dil nish hodat ehegi
o asi yego kiche na hot in hanno ne de nebet khad shaho yego kiche na hot itan salao ne bata ten banda has ani cheda dos nis ne bada ten eshi yego da ne ne Washington betinde nishe da beso are kiche de do lisa banda has shi honne ya da ka chenna da ka shi hoto benda business je hodon de hot yego khana le ai ans toya da hotel to banas to hashi ho el tatin de ho yego shibin da business beso de ha shi beso da hadoni e shibin ye khanda ne shi beso hadin ka for the beso na de dio jiho in da those nish. I think we really need treatment centers, whether the intake and to put them back into society, because that's a real big issue, is because our people are suffering. And we got to really take that into account and tackle that hard.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to have her? Okay, can you go ahead and ask your question in English, please, to
Okay,
Mr.
Mexico
Lizer.
taking over the youth population. Will you declare war on drugs?
Yes, I believe so. That's one of our nation's plights that we fight. Out in Alamo, you can't even go to our chapter house and go to the restroom without borrowing or checking out toilet paper out of the office. Why our people are stealing it? They're reselling it for hits of methamphetamine. So we have a big problem out there. By and large, even alcohol and the other drugs that are out there, even the opium, a lot of our dependency on drugs is really, really increasing. How do you stem this? Well, that's a great way of putting it. Fair war on drugs. Look for all ways and methods that it comes in. I hear we have planes dropping bales of drugs and whatnot onto our nation here. Find these people and make sure that they're no longer able to do that. But you also got to instill hope in those that are abusing the drugs. You know, our nation has a lack of hope in a lot of areas, especially for our youth. That's why suicide is such a prevalent. So how do you create hope? Well, you just start the.
Okay, thank you. But okay, we're going to move on to the next question from Dwayne. And after this, we're going to go to closing comments. After this, let this be the last question, okay? So, Dwayne, go ahead and you're asking Mr. Lizer. Okay. It's his question.
Okay.
Mr. Lizer's question.
All right. Vice President Jonathan Nez says he was unaware of the Remington deal, which the tribe was to buy for $500 million. If elected, will you be unaware of major deals?
No. No, the answer is that it's flat out no. He's on record for saying he's going to delegate a lot of the economic development to me. That's something that he wasn't able to fully grasp by his vice president, Gay, the mandate that was handed down there. Gay, every agreement runs through his office, and so, for approval for anything goes through Gay. Vice President has never given full authority to do that. So, to answer your question, no, I will be a part of every dealing, every delve into investment, any money making, any economic development will run through my office, obviously with our president as well. And that's why I was brought on this. Again, I've worked in tribal government, I've worked in private industry as well, and no deal should go unscrutinized. You got to do your proper due diligence. Again, I mentioned cash flow, and how do you look at these? Well, you got to know how finances work, working with the banks, protecting your AAA bond rating if you have one. Those are all golden. You need to do that. So, in any business, you need to know what's going on. It's not about trust; it's about control. You got to have control. So, even our controllers, we need to have great controllers that know how your personality is, and what are the things that you need to be looking for. So, any business deal, I will have full knowledge of going forward. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Nygren, you got to respond. You got 1 minute, please.
I think if I was when I'm Joe Shirley's vice president and a deal came up like that, I'd say, hey, let's bring the president in. Because as vice president, I'm second in command. I'm right behind the initiatives the president is pushing. So whatever Joe's initiatives, I'll be behind him to push those things. Transparency and accountability.
Okay, thank you. Myron, you got to respond to a rebuttal to that? Got 1 minute? You want to respond to that, or do you want to move on?
I'll move on.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to closing comments now. So, we started with Myron, so Mr. Nygren, we'll start with you this time. You got 2 minutes for closing comments, please. Go ahead.
Oh, yate nana. Dia to si chi son dai da kiri ya beni so si sar na ni to yate in kiri de si to shnat li to le si bu Nygren touching ni da rep mes arona gado stuido sani disin ni de kahi disin ninda kaya do zi to ya ya ki to le e si benat ni to le dia or dish ji ne ye go kiche na hote jo because of my necklace. Eshi hoto kishinda deal nish yego ye kiche na hote joshi na oteo. One nation, one family, one people di no kishinde nishoshita deal ni hot on kandi nishiro se che so lao bache na hote anina gai bike do khabte da hoye na nishanno chatte his ani jonanno te keya bache na hote nkhi nke bega shi era jona ne di era te jo bi na of te obiga hoto shi beso you be te ido de shi hoto shido shi che khandi niskin kene ni are khadi ta so hisn da hui shi da de shi beda ni to le. And I also like to just say thank you for coming out and appreciate you listening to both Myron, Lizer, and I to really voice our opinions, because our nation is in a crisis. We need bold, strong leadership to take us into the next 4 years and to years ahead, because we have so many problems that need to be addressed. And it's time we stop playing around and we put leadership in there that really wants to work. Our youth need money. We need education. How do we come back and help our people? How do we generate jobs for them? And as a young person, a young professional, a young educated person, I plan to be your voice for your children and grandchildren in the president's office, and that's how we're going to work.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nygren. Mr. Lizer, closing comments. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Appreciate that. Yeah. As your next vice president, we will embark on a great future economically. Reason why I'm in this as a private businessman and private business owner is because of my business acumen. I believe I could give our nation the best chance to go forward in economic development. That's the reason why I was brought on this ticket. What we espouse to do is change our nation in a lot of the things, no more hemorrhaging our economics development and opportunities into the border towns. I know the border towns love us, but then again, they don't, right? I mean, they love our money, but when it really comes down to it, do they love the problems that come with having our money? Our people, they feel estranged out in these communities. We need a stronger government to help look at every opportunity, any and all opportunities. And with a NES Lizer ticket, we can look at these business opportunities. We could also look at bringing our youth home from school, right? We tell them, go keep good grades, go get a great education, go to the top schools, and then come back. But that hasn't been the case. They come back and say, wow, there's no jobs for me. They say I'm overqualified, or I'm underqualified, or I don't have experience. Day one, you come back for NES Lizer, we'll put you to work. How about programs where we enable you to work off any student loans and work for our nation? You get the experience. You'll get the experience. You will not be turned away. And with the lack of homes, I tell you, being a businessman, we just look at the needs of any community. We look at the lands that have been set aside. Let's develop those lands. These lands are there for a reason. We unleash all the bureaucratic red tape that keeps these lands at bay, and we look and develop in all of these places for our children. And you know what? Our children's children. That's what it's about. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Leiser. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our debate between our vice presidential candidates. How about a big round of applause for Myron Leiser and Boo Van Nygren? They did a great job.
Thank you for listening to the Vice President debate for the Navajo Nation. I'm working on putting out the actual president debate as well, so hopefully in a day or so I'll have the file completely downloaded. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.